Hey guys, I'm going to run you through the setup today on the Boogie Mark 5. Just show you my amp, my settings possibly, my pedal board. Just let's have a little bit of a scan over. I'm just going to do some doodling in the clean, dirty lead channel, all that sort of thing. I'll swap it over with the foot pedal each channel. 1, 2, 3. I won't use the solo. I'll just kick in the boost now and again. I haven't got the octafuzz on at the moment. I've just got it out completely out. EP booster first in the chain, goes into the BB, then out with the BB into the Rototron Leslie, and then out with the Leslie straight into the front of the amp. And then in the loop we've got the hardwire DL8 delay, just a analog delay to follow that. Just sometimes I use that now and again just to for a bit of slap back, but got a bit of a short delay on there. The old Fender reverb there from Boss, that's just to sort of gives a different flavour on the reverb. Sometimes I disengage the reverb on the amp and use that just for a little springy sound for the surf stuff, if I do it. And the Holy Grail does exactly what it says on the tin. It's a great reverb. Very underlooked reverb. It's got the flurb setting on it as well, which is gives you some spacey stuff. I've just got it on the hall for extra verb at the moment. Anyways, on with the thing. Just got the channel switcher just as normal. I've got the loop engaged on the amp using the master volume. Just going to flick through the channels. My settings on the clean. I'm using it on the super clean one at the moment. EQ off, don't use the EQ on there, just using it on 45 just to keep the volume down. I'm using the Variac power because it's better when you're indoors. You get better screaming lead tones when you're on the lead channel, I think. So it's on the old Variac mode there, as you can see. Middle channel, I'm using the Mark 1 mode, as all you Boogie boys know. The Mark 1 on the Mark 5. The Mark 5 with the Mark 1 setting is really bassy, and I like using the thick tone there to get that mid character coming out. And then I boost it on the EQ. But the lead channel set like that, I use extreme because I love the headroom, I love the openness sound of the channel. Not a lot of gain, just past 12 o'clock. I'm using the master. Like I say, I'm using the master output on there, but on Variac mode you can use the guitar more to your advantage, feels a bit more spongier. Bright setting on there. My sort of structures like sort of really super Fender clean tone, and then you've got that thick really Mark 1 characteristic on the second channel, and then on that channel I tend to go for a sort of really bright screaming lead tone, and I use the EP booster just to sort of tame the highs a little bit on that. Really, as you can see, it's not really pushed, but I've got the internal switch knocked down just to knock the highs down. So yeah, EQ set like that, just a sort of classic V sort of thing. I like to not push the highs too high on there, but all on the sliders. And for my mate Darius, I mean, we scanned over the settings the other night, we're comparing settings, and he said he was losing a bit of bass. So you know, anyone that wants to sort of set a good sort of bass tone, maybe just follow my settings. It's up to you, it's not set in stone. This is a brand new amp. Obviously I've had a Boogie before, I know what they're all about. Anyways, on with the playing. Enough chatting from me. Let me just set the camera down. I'm using a little chair there. Guitar, by the way, is let me just pop it down. Guitar, I'm a lefty, so today I'll be using my Music Man Silhouette Special, maple neck. It's as close as I could get to a sort of Luke model. Very hard to find in the UK, but to sort of compensate, this is the SSS model. I've got the JB Junior in the bridge there, sitting floating with the bridge, and it's a really nice guitar. Anyways, we're going to set down the phone. We can get a decent angle on there. Don't want it falling off. Get it on that way a bit. just using the clean channel here. I've got a bit of a sort of reverb wash going on there. Turn the amp up just a little touch. So reverb on the amp using the Holy Grail for some more, and I've got the delay set to a long delay. Just kicking the EQ booster in just for a really nice little boost, clean boost. Additionally, sometimes I use the BB preamp when I'm being lazy and I just can't switch to the channels quick enough. I'll just kick in the BB. Now I don't use a lot of gain on that. It's mainly just to accentuate the clean channel. So I've got it off. I've got the EP booster off. I'll knock that off. So we're totally on the clean channel. A lead boost. You can really do the same thing on the solo thing if you want. We'll just push that up to show you. On the actual amp itself, you can do that with the solo switch, but there's not a lot of gain on that BB preamp, which is what I like about it. It doesn't colour the tone. So in comparison to the BB preamp, so clean tone. And then the solo. A little bit more edge there, but not a lot. We'll just, anyways, we'll play a little bit more with the sort of clean channel. I'll show you what the spring reverb does. Just kind of Fenderises any amp really, I think. So we knock the delay off, put a little bit of EP booster on it. That's what that little surf reverb does. You get the idea. That's kind of what I use it for, just for that sound only, really. So anyways, back to the clean thing. I don't really use any other setting on the clean channel apart from the tweed. If I'm just using that with a Les Paul just for blue stuff, I'll just flick it down the tweed, 10 watt mode, and I just blast it up. Just keep the channels clean as you can, really. Let the Les Paul do the talking. Anyways, onto the second channel. I'll just knock the booster off. Still got the reverb on. I use the EQ now. This is where the EQ starts kicking in for the Mark 1 tone. I've got it set medium gain. It's quite, like I say, it's quite a gainy channel, as you Mark V boys know. It's quite a gainy channel anyway, so we'll flick over there. Bass tone. Using the single chords, but I flick down to the humbucker for this one. EQ on. So a bit of verb and a bit of delay there. So we're on the humbucker there. Really nice sort of rock tone. There's no effects on it there. If you want to use it for sort of classic rock, that's what that Mark V does. Kind of gives you that really sort of mid honky sound. I like pushing the mids up on it as well, but the Mark 1 thick mode, that's what it kind of does for you anyway. So really nice thick lead tone there. If you knock the tone right back on the guitar, well, not almost back, but you get that really cool sort of Santana lead tone. Bit of BB preamp on top of that. Starting to come to life now. If you get the tone right back on it, if you knock it right back, you've got the really nice and bassy, thick sort of tone coming through there. Lovely. That's the sort of Mark 1 mode. Don't use any other thing for that. I've got sometimes I go into the crunch thing, mess around with the saturation on there, but that Mark 1 mode is kind of all I ever need. It's great for ambient stuff as well, kind of Hendrixy kind of sound. So I think that thick, really fat Marshally tone, get it on the single coil, especially on this guitar. I'll give you a few sound examples of this one. Riding the volume on the guitar here, as you do, boys and girls. sort of thing. If you go for turn it down a little bit, turn it down on the guitar, I mean. of going for is that kind of crossover Steve Lukather kind of clean tone with the single coils, and then you can whack it up with the BB, push the preamp a little bit more, and get that sort of screaming lead tone when he sort of kicks in and goes. Just in the Mark 1 setting. There's not a lot of gain on that channel, but when you kick that BB preamp in, it just kicks you right in the balls and gives you that really screaming lead tone. Anyways, I concentrate more for that lead tone. If when I'm using the Les Paul, I kind of set it to sort of Gary Moore, Steve Lukather sort of thing, and then I add the effects on top. So this is just the lead channel on its own. Oh, bit of tone on there. So it's kind of the heavier sound. I've got it open in the extreme mode, and it's quite sort of mid-focus with the bright switch on. I've got it in triode mode as well on the back if anyone's interested, you Mark 5 boys. But again, it gives it that really sort of souped up heavy mid bass, martially sort of crossover mid-Atlantic sound, I call it. And then we had, I'll put the analog delay on now, it's a bit of a, I'll put it to a shorter delay. Upper harmonics starting to come in there with that channel, especially when you start rolling the tone on a little bit on the guitar. But again, I've got the EP booster just set really low, and all that does, it just tames them highs if it gets a bit too much. So if we play a little bit with the tone right up, I'm on the humbucker at the moment. That's not too searing, but if you got the presence up too high, you can sort of do that when you got the amp turned up. So anyways, I'll give you an example. I'll just turn the master down just a touch. So I put the EP booster in as well. So that's the lead channel. Sometimes I add the octafuzz just on top of that, but I set the boost really low on there just to get that really upper end harmonic there. The amp set really loud there, so I just sort of turned it back. This analog delay thing is quite I don't know if anybody knows about this. It's quite just a cheap little pedal, but what it does, if you can hear, I'll try and let you hear it here. Without the pedal, and the amp sounds great, there's no other effects on. Nice and quiet pedal as well, true bypass. But when you kick it in, it gives, when you've got the mix kind of just below halfway, if you kick it in too high, it really overpowers it, I think, but it just gives it a bit of a boost as well. Can you hear that? It's almost like a sort of tube screamer set low with the analog delay. I don't know whether that's a fault with the pedal or whatever, but I really like it. And it kind of colours the analog repeats as well. sloppy playing, no charge for mistakes. Anyways, the analog delay, that's a cool little pedal, that, cheap, it's about 30 quid. What I really like, I just want to go over a couple of more things on the amp. The reason why I like these Boogies are because, first and foremost, you can't get a better amp than this. They are so derived from all of the best elements of every amp, you know, all the experience of 40, 50 years is put into designing amps like this. You know, it's predominantly Fender circuits that are, you know, that are modded and, you know, grown and you know, mastered basically. I mean, kudos to Fender for putting it out there and all Leo for making the circuits, but it's just all been out there for guys like Randall to, you know, to enhance and create more scope with them basically, you know, in the sonic stratosphere. So basically, you know, that's why I like this amp so much. That's why I went back to it again. I own Fender amps, don't get us wrong, you know, they've made some great stuff in the past, but you know, things like this, it makes you so inspired. It's time to move on with you know, with the older stuff. You know, single channel stuff's great, but this is so versatile. You know, you've got 3 channels, you've got 3 different modes to sort of tailor make your sound. Everyone knows what the sound they've got in their head. You know, people get overwhelmed with, you know, things like, you know, what settings have you got and what, you know, how do you make yours sound like that? Well, you know, if you're going to spend your life messing around with tones and things like that, you know, you already know. You just got to sort of stop comparing your sounds to other amps. You know, does it sound like a Marshall? Does it sound like a Fender? You know, if that's what you want, go out and buy that. You know, you've got to sort of tailor make your own sound. You guys know what I'm talking about, man. You know, and with a plethora of switches, a lot of lads get scared, but you've got to, you know, see it for what it is. 1 channel, 2 channels, 3 channels, they're pretty much identical. They've got a couple of unique features on all. They're all programmable by the foot switch. You know, such a great feature with the mute function as well. So if you're tuning or whatever, you know, you can knock that off, and that's great. And on the solo feature as well, so knock it back to channel 2 there. You know, it's such a bump. Who needs a boost pedal on top of that? If you know, if you're just not quite making it on stage, that's the button to hit, like, and you just need to set it carefully on the master. Anyways, that was a sort of brief overview of what I do. That's me. Hello. Again, the guitar, the amp, a few pedals just for colour, but you know, it's all in the hands. Sorry I didn't get pictures of us playing, but I might do that next time. Lovely little guitar, great sounds. You can't beat one of these amps, boys and girls. You know, I've tried them all. I've had all the amps. I know what they sound like. I know what I like as a player. And if you want to get inspired, get yourself a mess of Boogie. You can't get better than that. Till next time, I'll probably do some better videos. This is just done on the old handheld phone here, so I'll try and do some better videos for you in the coming months when I get my studio sorted. But for now, we're in the kitchen blues, and rock on. Hope you liked it. Nice one. Cheers.